You will have the opportunity to win the Axe of Champions this Sunday coming up. Depending on what region you are on, that'll be at different times during Sunday. However, you will all have that opportunity. There is a skin cup this season that if you come within a top bracket, you will get the most impressive pickaxe of all time, the Chapter 4/5 FNCS pickaxe. It looks something like this and is only granted to the FNCS regions of each region, and it is taken away the season after as soon as someone else wins it. So barely anyone has this pickaxe at the moment. You might be wondering, why are they making a new pickaxe and why they're bringing the old one to the store? Because it'll never be coming back. It makes it a lot easier to bring it back to the store because the new FNCS pickaxe will be gifted to the winners of the next chapter's FNCS. And that is very exciting for the general community because we get a chance to have the prestigious FNCS pickaxe in our locker. I'm going to be rocking this all the time. It is so clean. So how do you earn it? I've got some tips today. I'm going to explain the format, etc, etc. If you want to become a pro player, make sure you check out the link in the description where the Destiny Jesus Solo Superstars is waiting for you. You get coaching from the best pros in the world and the best coaches in the world, and it's all there. Read through it and let me know what you think. So what placement do you need to secure this pickaxe? So on EU, you'll need to finish top 1,200 in the event. In NA, you'll have to finish top 1,000 in the event. And in Asia, Middle East, Brazil, and OCE, you'll have to finish top 200 in the event. This is quite hard for all the regions, if I'm honest. The easiest will probably be NA due to its smaller player base in EU, but also slightly smaller qualification spots. 1,000 spots in NA is not too bad at all, and any solid player should be able to do that. The smaller regions might struggle slightly because it is top 200, which means only the best players on each region will be getting it. And on EU, it'll of course be a struggle because EU is bigger than every single other region combined, and only 1,200 players get the pickaxe. The scoring system goes as follows. It's 2 points for every kill and 65 points for a win, so definitely placement heavy, although it's still worth having kills. You got some background footage on the screen right now of one of the previous days' skin cups with my duo partner. And we had definite problems finding a drop spot in this tournament. We dropped 220 bombs, but had a lot of games where we died off spawn. You need to make sure if you're playing with this skin cup, you have a good drop spot secured. Probably 2 drop spots. One key drop spot that you land at during your key game, and one slightly safer drop spot that not many people are going to contest, that you know that even if people do contest, you can win every single time. Dying off spawn is going to be the thing that sinks you this tournament, so you got to make sure you are surviving every single game without fail. If you have a good start and then die off spawn 4 times, it is kind of eradicated and you've got like 1 game left or 2 games left to try secure the skin. Consistency is going to do this one touch chat, and it's going to do it very, very good. No dying off spawn, make sure you stick together in your POI, have a looting route, and you've got this. So I would definitely recommend, if you feel you can key, it is 100% better to have a big game to start off. A big game to start off is going to give you some cushioning, it's going to put you in higher reload, which means you're going to be full of less brain dead players in your lobby, which probably means you're going to have a better chance of not getting griefed by kids. Everyone will most likely be full trying during this cup because it is the most important skin cup Fortnite have ever hosted. So there will not be anyone going for any stupid plays hopefully, and everyone will be like keeping the lobbies stacked. I am expecting some stack games, so if you want to practice, make sure you practice some scrims. I'll link the video of how to play scrims in the description. Scrims have you practice some of those more stacked matches, and we'll definitely be having some of them in the event if you reach the high elo. If you get that 10 kill win first game and then get a top 10 the second game, you're going to be in high elo, and that means you're going to be in the more stacked lobbies. Guys, you have to make sure you are placing top 10 in every game. If you're not placing top 10, you're wasting important placement points. I want you to try not key unnecessarily, so if you're in high elo lobbies, make sure you key until you have enough loot to win the game, and then lay off the keying. What me and my friend were doing the other day in the other skin cup that was being held was we landed Doom's Castle and we got the medallion, we got some really good loot, but if we didn't have a jetpack, or if one of us didn't have a jetpack, we'd key until we both had jetpacks. And once we had jetpacks, we'd then lay off the keying and play for full endgame. Normally, if you're able to identify someone fast, you'll get a jetpack pretty soon, but we made it into endgame with 8 kills before we had a jetpack. But we did make it in, and that meant we ended up coming top 5 that game. And 5th with a lot of kills is definitely worth it. Think about it like this, guys. If you're keying in the middle game, right, and you need a jetpack, if you don't get the jetpack and you die, then you go back to the lobby, right? But if you don't key and you don't have a jetpack, you're going to make it to end game. You're not going to be able to rotate as well as everyone else. You're going to be a little bit dodgy on the old rotates. The fizz rotates are nowhere near as good as the jetpack rotates, and that means you're going to get caught behind, lobby sprayed, and probably killed unless you have incredibly good rotates. This means it's definitely worth taking that fight to key. You just have to identify a good one where the players are not so great. This will probably have the biggest amount of casuals that's ever played a Skin Cup, so that means you should be able to drop a bomb. If you can't drop a bomb as a comp player, then there is a serious issue. You guys need to be getting at least a 10-15 kill win to start the tournament off. If you're a slightly more experienced comp player, you need to be aiming for that 20, 30, even 40 bomb level territory. The important thing to note with key games, guys, I've mentioned it before on my channel, you don't have to key everybody. If someone makes 4 metal boxes, it's going to be very, very dodgy to key them. It's going to be a bit annoying. You want to make sure you're taking good key games, good key fights, and if someone looks dodgy to fight, or someone looks weird, or one of you gets hit 150, or you only hit them 20 off the bat and they look solid, maybe just key someone else. There's plenty of free players in the first lobby, especially in this one. I'm guessing there's probably going to be about 500,000 teams playing, and there's not 500,000 teams, good teams on Europe. That was the estimate for Europe, by the way. 500,000 teams on Europe in my prediction, and there's not 500,000 good teams in Europe. There is barely 20,000 good teams in Europe, which means that they all should be able to drop a hefty first game. In terms of the end games, make sure you're sticking towards your teammate with your jetpacks, and make sure you're trying to secure as high a placement as possible. The placement comes in very steep towards the end, so if you can try and make it top 2, at least 2 of your games, possibly even win a game. A win definitely helps in the leaderboards because it is the first thing that separates teams with the same points, the amount of wins they have. So make sure you have at least 1 win. If you can get 2 wins, that's even better because it puts you way ahead in terms of the placement of people with similar points than you, and it could actually secure you in the long run. I'm going to have to wish you luck, guys. It is a difficult cup, however, I feel you guys have got it down to a T.
You win this easy. Hiding in a room for the villain is great. I might be my walls in the box I did, though. A few of them.
Double drink. If you want to have another tutorial, there's another one on screen right now. It is an absolute banger. It's going to teach you about the jetpack mecha ahead of this competition, and also the meta in general ahead of the competition. I really hope it goes well. Have a good day.